hard knock. This is what you're doing.
That's what they're doing, the drills.
Yeah, that's a slap.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say about that. Listen, this is all I can say. Yeah, you know, like one of those things that the car.
Yeah, listen, you guys just jump. Remember, I'm the athlete here.
Right.
Like Miss D on Sunny.
Really, and you're not the athlete out of anybody in this room.
Play football, I got it.
Okay. No, but what I can do is tell you to go subscribe to our YouTube page,
Yes.
bFb Mavs, bFb DFW. If you haven't done so already, go over there, subscribe, check it out, get caught up on Mavs. We're gonna be doing post game this year for the Cowboys, just like we do Mavs. And we're gonna do Mavs also.
If you're already subscribed, refer us to a friend. Tell your friends to check us out and tell them to subscribe. Because if you don't, I will do this.
Okay.
Grassroot the shit out of this show.
Let's do it.
Yeah, well, we checked the numbers. We saw that we want to give a shout out to the Philippines, where we appear to be very big at over there.
We're the number one show for the Philippines.
Yeah, I guess so. Philippines love us. Slovenia also loves us too.
Shout out Luca.
Shout out to Texas. What was California second on
California,
list, and then Florida was in the
big three.
Yeah, the big three we had. Shout out to those guys. But Vosh, glad we got you in here, man. A show that you've called it a distraction. Have you been able to check it out and things like that, things of that nature?
I've been watching Hard Knocks a little bit here and there.
So you watched it this past Tuesday?
Yeah.
Did you watch the first episode?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What did you think
From
of
a hospital bed. But I watched it. It was pretty good.
What did you think of Jerry
So morbid.
salting his McGriddle?
That was weird. Like
Most people put like jelly or syrup or something like that, and I don't even think that was a McGriddle.
It was just a breakfast sandwich. I think he may have gotten it from like Dunkin' or something like
Yeah,
that.
it wasn't McDonald's.
Oh yeah, you know why? Because they are sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, it looked like a Dunkin' sandwich.
Because
Yeah,
the only reason why I knew it wasn't, and the reason why I thought it was a burger, is because the bun.
And you did say a burger.
Well, whatever it was, it made the McGriddles be like the number one thing the next morning because everybody was buying McGriddles the next
and
morning.
putting salt on it.
And then talking about some, look, Jerry, I do the same thing too with my McGriddles.
But the salt though,
That was a lot.
that was what was getting me. And I think he was doing like a steak McGriddle with egg.
Well,
Well, they don't do. I was going to say they don't do steak anything.
It's
in
already
McDonald's
salty
anymore.
as fuck. I don't know if you don't need any more, Jerry. I think Steven told him to do that so he can get the team.
I mean,
I don't know.
does Jerry have his taste buds?
I mean, he's 78 years old, so he's good.
Well,
Just question.
this is a good McGriddle here.
Yeah, just question it. He might not have his taste buds. But what did you take from this episode this past Tuesday?
This past Tuesday, I think the episode was okay. You're snoring because it was a sweet episode.
It was.
It was very, very like I guess the term is sweet because we got to see a lot of family stuff with DeMarcus Lawrence, and we saw
Beautiful.
how do you say his last name?
Kamara?
43. Kamara.
Azur Kamara.
Okay, and then his mom.
Yes.
And how proud she was, and wearing her dashiki everywhere.
Did you? I think that was sweet for me because I love seeing because I'm a foreigner. My parents are foreign. They came from Afghanistan, and so watching her like react because she doesn't know anything about football.
Yeah.
Probably. And that was the first. By the way, only thing I have a negative on that part was that they didn't go into why his parents didn't see him play because. We just know that he somehow showed up to the Cowboys and they've never seen him play. I'm like, well, what about college? What about high school? How did you get here and why were your parents?
Because he's been a Cowboy for a while.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to know why it took him this long. And apparently they lived in the Phoenix area, so they got to come to Glendale and watch them play the Cardinals.
Well, you probably could finally afford to
probably
to get him, especially they were sitting up top too.
And then. But she was just like, "How am I? That's my baby," and she was just like excited. He probably wasn't doing anything specific.
Yeah,
but
because the Cowboy players don't get tickets for free, right?
Oh no, I don't think NFL players get that.
So
you have to pay. I think NFL players have to pay for their tickets.
They do. I mean, they get a certain number. Then after the certain number, they get I think it's like 4. After 4, they got to pay for
apparently, Parsons had to send his parents up to the
so
upper
all
deck.
of them were up there, which is cool.
And she was complaining too.
University of Phoenix Stadium is pretty
But
big.
they weren't even in their home stadium though.
I know. But
So so you probably not going to get good seats.
Who was not?
Micah Parsons'
No,
mom?
well, yeah. What game was that she was screaming? Was that the Arizona?
Yeah, she was like, and she kept complaining. She goes, "Oh, we're up here."
Yeah, and I saw the wall. They were like 4 rows away from the wall, and I'm like, man, that's a rookie.
I'll
bro.
give this. Can you admit, Micah Parsons' mom? She loves her son. Like she's
She knows the game. I like her. She's sweet.
But Kamaro's family, that was to me the highlight. And then what do you think of the British coach Don?
Oh yeah, we got to find out about the coach. Yeah,
that coach is cool. I like his accent. I think he is a player's coach, and I mean he teaches a lot. If you can see what Hard Knocks, what HBO showed us, that he's very, very involved with the defensive players, and I mean that accent is something to die for. I'm pretty sure the ladies loved it. But yeah, if anything, whenever I looked at him, I thought about Miles Austin. I'm like,
that's a really good.
He looks like Miles Austin.
He looks like a bigger Miles Austin.
Yeah.
If Miles Austin went on on steroids.
Yeah, like he but I mean I think that with Dan Quinn anchoring that whole defensive side, I think that that coach should be around here for a minute if the defense improves from last year, which is really not hard to do.
You could literally put us on that defense this year and it would improve. One thing I think he is going to stay a while with Dan Quinn is because I think he came with Quinn. I think he was a disciple of Quinn because he came in 2018. He started with the Falcons. So I think that's a disciple of DQ over there, your favorite guy. My guy. One thing I will say, it was very awkward watching Jerry trying to do a British accent, imitating him. I'm like, all right. You have a point here about how you said that they played up. Mm-hmm. Jerry, I think, is the one person that likes to play it up the most.
They play up to the cameras. They know when the cameras are there.
Well, they know when they're being filmed because they mic them up.
Well, yeah, they do that part.
They revealed it because if you see at the very end of the first episode, Dak goes to this little kid. He goes, "Hey, I'm mic'd up today. You want to shout out to any of the girls?"
Yeah.
And so that proved it. Now Jerry's talking. I don't know who he's talking to, but he's just talking. He's talking about the British coach, and he's like, Winston Churchill.
They have a list of who they got mic'd up already. So it's already playing who's mic'd up.
Well, I bet when they tell him,
of course Jerry's gonna be mic'd up.
Yeah, and Jerry's like, "Oh, I'm on today."
No, yeah, they walk around with the microphones and they just go and edit.
Yeah, so you got the
edit what they want to put in and put out.
Yeah, so you got the big boom mics for the players who are not mic'd up, right?
Yeah,
and then you got the actual packs and the mics for like Dak, Zeke, Parsons, Jerry, of course. Head coach
McCarthy,
and then maybe a couple more guys. But other than that, you got the HBO dudes walking around with the boom microphone.
True that. I just think
since who's our OC now is still Kellen Moore.
It's been Kellen. Yeah, he don't talk much. He didn't talk much.
Yeah, it's Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore got
guys.
Frog voice.
Hey
Frog
guys,
voice.
we
Going hard on my guy Kellen. Okay,
I like Kellen Moore.
I like him too. He looks like he's 15, still coaching.
Kellen, show me your ID more.
Exactly. We saw some Kellen Moore time today. It wasn't much. We saw that. I'll say this: McCarthy, in my opinion, looked way better in this episode than he did in episode 1.
Did you buy his speech at the beginning?
I liked it. I really did. It made sense, and I like what he got me fired up.
Did he?
Did he?
To win a preseason game? Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go get this game. I want to win this preseason game that has nothing to do with nothing.
True, but again, I know it's okay. I know the players know, and I know the coaches know, but at least the coach is trying. I mean, what do you want him to sit there and do? Like, you want him to sit there and be like, this game don't mean shit. Let's just sit around and jerk each other off. Like, what do you want him to say?
No, I did notice something. In the first episode, did y'all notice that like at halftime of the Pittsburgh game, like they always say halftime adjustments, this, that, or the other. Like, there's really no time for really halftime adjustments because all the units go in and all the unit coaches go in. They talk to the unit guys. We're not doing this right. We're not doing this right. Receivers, we're not doing this right. Running backs, we're not doing this. Quarterbacks, we're not doing this stuff. So I don't come crying halftime adjustments later on in the season when you're losing 21-0 at the half, because that's really not time to go and make actual halftime adjustments.
Trust me, because if you go actually look at the time, it's because imagine the time you get from the field to the locker room, do your treatments, and then everybody comes in there individual. It takes a long time before. Now, I'm sure the head coach in his mind is making some kind of adjustments with his coaches, but it's not enough to like reveal with the players overall.
If there's like a key situation, like the Tyron Smith game, the 6-sack game.
Yeah, Garrett probably should have did something there.
Garrett should have gone to the offensive line coach and been like, hey, look, let's move this dude around somewhere. Let's move Chaz Green around just a little bit, and let's make this happen. Boom. All right, and then go address everything else. But I mean, halftime adjustments, man, that was pretty cool. But
another
not getting that much time.
Thing I liked was Zeke apparently itchy down there.
Why did you?
That interest you?
That interests you? You said it interests you.
Okay, it was funny. Sorry.
Why did I was going to say why does his?
It was just funny. Okay, I'm sorry. I used the wrong word. It was interesting.
Well, I mean, we're just taking you at what you said.
Okay,
I mean,
I'm sorry. I meant funny. Okay.
I kind of felt him though. Like,
I've
okay,
had that.
so. That's happened to me walking around that big white building across from the Walmart and then right next to Texas Live. It's so big down, in that building that like walking around, you would get 10,000 steps easy, real quick. And so like, I mean, we're working 12-hour shifts, and there's a football game going on in between. So you're gonna be walking and running, and then serving drinks and doing all this other stuff. Like I felt Zeke, man, because when you get that irritation down there, bro, I promise you need anything like something.
Yeah.
And so I felt Zeke on that.
Well, I'm glad he had the baby powder, but he was just. It was not. I'm glad. See, one thing is Zeke was the star of episode 2 to me for comedic purposes because he just. It seemed like First of all, I haven't seen him do any football things.
You won't.
No, but like he even in practice he does something. But
they showed a little bit.
I don't.
Him catching the balls down the field.
Yeah. In the first episode, and then
in the second episode he got loose.
When you had the baby powder incident, but
he got loose on one play, and then they were like, "Woo!" because he was like sprinting down the sideline.
Right, okay.
Because he got by a couple of.
But for the most part, he's just having fun, just joke. What are you shaking your head at?
You want it. You want every little thing on Hard Knocks. You want to see everything behind the scenes. And we're not going to give you everything.
And that's a distraction.
Yeah. He wants everything. Oh, we haven't seen Zeke do this. Oh, we need to put, and then this whole thing you got where you need to see Dak Prescott and Zeke and everybody in this dress rehearsal game.
That's coming.
Well, you're not gonna see it. You're not seeing
well,
it.
We're not, but we should.
You shouldn't. You don't need to see
it.
You don't need to see it.
Are we addressing this? Are we going to have this in another segment?
What's that?
Are we talking about the dress rehearsal game later?
We are, but I'm just
Is that part?
Because I have something to say.
Okay, so are we going to save that
part?
part?
Yeah, because I'm trying to.
Okay. All right,
I can put my mouth on.
I'm just saying you.
Because I will unload on you.
You need to see all this.
Mark, was
pause.
Yeah, pause.
You need to see all these things that you don't need to see, pal. You want all this. You want all this access.
Well, what do you think? It's Hard Knocks. I want all access.
Yeah, of course, Hard Knocks is limited access. It's what they want to show you. Okay.
Well, I still want more.
You don't need. Well,
I didn't know that the dude from Cotton Weary from Scream is the damn narrator.
Yeah, he's been the narrator.
I was like, wait.
I saw
his name. I'm like, that's Cotton fucking Weary.
His voice has changed a bit though for this season. He got a little raspier, but
just because he hadn't said "Hey Sydney" in a while.
Hey Sydney. Okay, he didn't do that.
But no, he did say Sydney. I can help free you from the killer
that's
type
true.
shit.
No, but I think he's awesome as the narrator.
So you didn't. So you weren't feeling this week's episode.
Okay, I don't know if it was because I was tired. Because I was. Maybe it was because I was tired. Because I did while I was watching. This is what happened. Like during the game when it got to the Cardinals game, I was doing this.
Well, actually, I was editing the show and watching at the same time. So my attention was it was all over the place at the time.
You just threw that out to the brag, didn't you?
No, I'm just saying. Like you're saying what you were doing. I'm like, well, I was editing the show and watching at the same time. So my eye was here, but my ear.
What were you doing?
And I was going back and forth. I was doing. I had extracurricular activities going on too. Keep me straightforward too.
I just thought of something though. There's this week's episode is not going to be centered around a football game.
Oh no, it's going to be cuts.
Right, so it's going to be a number of cuts and practices and fanfare.
Yeah,
because everything is here now.
We might see good old Billy. Billy was at the.
Oh, he was at the thing.
Yeah,
him and Lindsay running around,
Lindsay
yelling at people. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know. I was thinking about going in the morning. Now that I'm,
you may make the cut.
Yeah. Well, now that I'm no longer gainfully employed at a certain place, now that I'm freelancing on my own.
Okay.
I was thinking I might.
You're your own man. Now.
Yeah, I'm my own boss now.
Yeah.
Again. So now I'm thinking I might show up to camp in the morning.
Try to get on the Hard Knocks.
No, I don't want to be on Hard Knocks.
Why not?
Because a guy like me, if they put me in front of Hard Knocks, I'll try to take over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
so that's why they don't want
that's
me.
what's gonna happen.
They'll interview. I'll ask for like a sit down interview with Hard Knocks.
They already previewed a little bit of what's going on. I didn't get to see what it is, but my Twitter popped up. They had Randy Gregory, so we get to see some Randy Gregory action going on. That will be fun. Second of all, by the way, how much sunflower seeds does Ezekiel Elliott eat in a game? Did he finish the bag, do you think?
We have a message here for you.
Oh.
And he's not even a fan of the Cowboys. Why does he want to see it all? All he will do is rag on the Cowboys. So tell him to stop the bumper clock crying in my Jamaican voice, LOL. That's for you.
So, he's trying to say I'm not a Cowboy?
Yeah, he's talking about you. He said, why do you need to see everything? Because all you're going to do is tear it down and tear it to pieces and rag on it, which is why they don't want to show you everything.
Can I get the camera on?
Yeah. And that's Jarvis who sent that to you.
Jarvis. Good thing. First of all, Jarvis, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, and refer us to a friend because we are the best show on the planet. But let me address your thing. I am a true Cowboy.
That's Jay
fan,
and that's Jay Nonstop. That's Jay Nonstop talking to you.
That means nothing to me. But what I gotta say is this: I'm a Cowboys fan, been for a long time. Okay, I still have Tony Romo on my phone.
That doesn't mean anything.
Okay, he's still there.
Well, they have a new quarterback now. You don't have him on your phone, so that's not saying a whole lot. But go ahead.
Anyway, so the point is, the only reason I'm not gonna rag on anything. It's called I want to see everything because I'm a fan, and I also want to break it down and see what's going on. If I see something I don't like, I'm gonna say it. No, I like things. I like.
You just said you didn't like this episode.
I said he wasn't my favorite, and it might have been because I was tired. But it was still good. I like the Kamara thing. I like the British coach.
Are you tired?
I like Zeke eating the sunflower seeds, and
you like Zeke with the powder.
I love. By the way, the best tag was the end of it where they showed. Was it Lyle? It was Lyle sitting there with Dak and talking shit about LSU and Mississippi State, and I love that. I love them. And then Zeke's there laughing, and I'm like, Zeke, because he had the national championship.
Right, Zeke too.
He's like, I got a ring. But those two were going back and forth about that. That was awesome. So yeah, Jarvis.
He says whatever, man. LOL.
Listen, we can meet outside, Jarvis.
Oh, now you want to fight now, huh?
I'm kidding. I'll probably get my ass beat.
But you know what? One more thing about that is the CeeDee Lamb part.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Future Hall of Famer CeeDee Lamb.
We're talking about him coming up here in a little bit.
Future Hall of Famer. Yeah. So if we're gonna talk about him, I'll leave it alone.
I got some good on it. EA, you a hater. It's what I've come to describe. But you're not gonna be hating on my guy coming this season. I can already tell you that. CeeDee Lamb.
I love CeeDee.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
I think he's going to ultimately be your number one receiver by the end of the season.
Oh, look at there.
But he mentioned, quick thing, before we get move on. He did mention in Hard Knocks more about his brother. I want to know where his girlfriend is at.
The one that took his phone. He had to
does she still exist?
We probably don't rock with her anymore.
Yeah, she probably got passed around to another team, got traded.
Wow. Man, that's how you know he's a Hall of Famer.
They get traded too, you know.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah, we trade them,
and they